Hi, my name is Alan from Alan Way Property. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know in some previous posts on social media, there will be discussion about certain housing estates having the most unusual things. Or maybe the estate has a lot of xiao lang and so on. There is a lot of negativity about such styles in Singapore. I believe it's the same for property. You will likely come across content on properties in the north, talking about Woodlands, Yishun to even Sembawang. And it is advisable not to buy them or even invest there because they are really inaccessible, no good school, and most likely will lose money big time. However, is that really true? Or are they simply talking without considering the facts and figures? I believe at this junction, most of you will know me very well. My content is very objective and based purely on numbers. I don't anyhow talk. In today's video, we will be looking into the data for both the HDB resale flat and the private condo market and compare them with other estates in Singapore. Without further ado, let's head over to the discussion. As usual, let me use HProp data for our analysis. I will compare their performance for the past 10 years from 2014 to 2024. This will give us a good overall of price movement in the past decade. The line in orange represents the overall price movement for all HDB resale flat. This includes all towns, all housing types, and all resale transactions. It has appreciated by 32% to date. Not too bad, but not too awesome. In my comparison, I've also used popular town like Bishan as a reference point since this is a mature town that is highly sought after. The growth rate is 36%. Not too bad. This means Bishan growth is far better than the overall HDB flat price movement in Singapore. But hold on, our good friend in the north, which comprise towns like Woodlands, Yishun and Sembawang, is the dark horse at 40%. So next time, please don't say the north cannot make it. When they perform, you'll be surprised too. Take note, there will be some deviation depending on which specific year you compare them. Anyway, you get the idea. Here, let me share with you a real case that I did back in October 2019. I recall selling this 3-room flat in Marsiling Lane. This is an old 3-room flat with its lease from 1976. This means it has a remaining lease of 55 years back then. This is a 3 improved model that comes with no attached toilet, but it comes with an upgraded utility room. I sold it for only 208,000. Are you curious what is the going rate now with a remaining lease of only 50 years left? Well, based on HDB record, the last done for a 3-room flat in the same block is 337,000. This means the buyer of mine who bought this unit and hold it from 2019 to 2024, which just crossed the 5 years MOP mark, he can technically sell it for 129,000 or the 62% capital appreciation even with a shorter lease. Amazing, right? So next time, please don't say HDB flat in far-flung Woodlands or Yishun cannot make money. When they make money, they never share only. So much about the HDB market. Let's turn our attention to the private property market. This time round, I will compare their private resale performance. Similarly, I will compare their performance for the past 10 years. I will only use 99 years leasehold condo across board to have a more balanced comparison. The line in orange represents the overall price movement for all private resale condos. This includes all towns and include all EC resale transactions, excluding landed homes. Private condo prices have appreciated by 52% to date. Okay, this is expected in all our previous study. I also use Bishan private resale transaction as a reference point. The growth rate is an astonishing 69%. Pretty impressive, right? This means Bishan still holds its ground as one of the most livable towns to live in. As for private home in the north, they also did decently well at 53%. This is almost similar to other towns in Singapore. Here, what can we learn from all these studies? Well, it has proven that towns in the north can also appreciate in value in line with the overall increase in property prices elsewhere in Singapore. When certain areas have seen a rise in prices, some buyers will be priced out of the area. That is why they have no choice but to move to city fringe location. Here, I have to agree that towns like Woodlands, Yishun to even Sembawang are not popular with most Singaporeans. The usual complaint is that they are too far away from the city centre, lack of good schools, lack of amenities as compared to other towns, and so on. However, I beg to differ. If you understand the profile of the buyers that stay north, they love to stay north. Most of their activities hover around the north, from their workplace to children's schools and amenities. In fact, Sembawang has a new recreation center known as Bukit Canberra Sport Complex, where there is a swimming pool and the largest active SG gym around. Most importantly, there is also a new Bukit Canberra hawker center where you can enjoy your local food. I think the MP there has been doing a great job in engaging with the resident there. By the way, for those who are exploring new homes in the north, there will be a new launch condo near Woodlands South MRT station. This site is currently known as Champion Way GLS. It was sold to CDL. This site can accommodate 350 units. Based on the price they have paid for the land, the break-even cost is 1687 PSF. Based on a 15% margin, the estimated selling price is 1940 PSF. Simi Taiji. Woodlands also selling for close to 2000 per square feet. Here, I'm very concerned if CDL can do magic to this site. After all, the rest of the bidders are hovering around 700 PSF PPR. If you are keen to explore more, I will do a video on this when it's about to launch. Since we are still on this topic of private resale, for those who are keen on their individual estate performance, you can continue to watch on. As usual, I'll compare the private resale performance for Woodlands, Yishun and Sembawang. The line in orange represents Woodlands private resale prices movement, which include EC transactions. Woodlands prices have appreciated by 39% to date, whereas the light blue line represents Yishun prices. It has galloped by a stunning 59%. This can be explained by newer homes in the area, which include North Park residents and others. As for Sembawang prices, it has fared 49%. Not too bad. This means prices has been going up by half in the last 10 years. Here come the juicy part. Are you curious? How is the performance between the HDB market and the private resale market? Let me share this with you through numbers. Not surprisingly, the private resale fare much better than the HDB market. This means if you have bought a HDB flat which typically costs 500,000, you will make a positive gain of 40% or 200,000. If you have purchased a private property which usually costs more at $1 million, you have made 53% or 500,000 more. If you compare the differences, the private owner has made 330,000 or 65% more during the same period. That is why I always advocate, if you have the means to upgrade, you should always do so. The numbers don't lie. Most recently, I met a seller who has planned to sell a HDB flat in Woodlands. He shared that he has stayed in the same property for 20 years. He initially bought it in the resale market for 300,000. Today, he boasts to me that it is worth 500,000. Deep in my heart, wait 20 years to make 200,000. Anyway, let us move on. Before we end the video, do you know the latest show on Channel 8, To Be Loved, was done in consultation with the Singapore Association for the Deaf? Through the inclusion of sign language, this program encouraged the learning and use of sign language and aim to raise deaf awareness among viewers. If you have missed the show, you can still catch it on MeWatch. By the way, this is their Facebook page. Please help to subscribe and be notified of their programs. They're very interesting programs. I strongly encourage everyone to participate in their events. Let us create a more inclusive society for all Singaporeans. Thank you.